Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. If you're anything like me, you've probably interacted with, I don't know, a dozen AI models before you even had your first sip of coffee today. Crazy, right? Let's dive right in and look at how artificial intelligence is no longer this speculative, futuristic concept. Instead, it's this completely invisible infrastructure that's literally co-authoring our daily lives. We're going to deconstruct how this tech went from being a simple tool we occasionally use to an entire environment we just inhabit. From the moment you wake up to the second you go to sleep, algorithms are making choices right alongside you. And honestly, sometimes they're making them for you. This shift in how we perceive technology is just fascinating. For decades, our collective expectation was, well, physical, sentient robots. We all know the classic sci-fi tropes, right? Walking, talking, androids serving us coffee or taking over the world. But the reality is an environment of subtle, completely invisible algorithms we interact with every single day. The AI of our modern era isn't a shiny metal robot knocking on your front door. It's the quiet code running inside your smartphone, seamlessly managing your reality without ever making a sound. So let's move into our first area, spatial intelligence and navigating reality. Let's think about your typical morning commute. For most of us, hopping in the car and firing up a navigation app like Google Maps is just pure muscle memory. But behind the scenes, this massive invisible process operates in the background, constantly turning anonymous data into dynamic rerouting. It basically kings mobile devices, treating almost every single phone on the road as a live sensor. Then it processes literally billions of these data points. It uses all that to actually predict traffic congestion before it even happens. It's almost like it sees into the future to instantly reroute you. Honestly, it's like having a personal helicopter traffic reporter up in the sky, who also has the magical ability to instantly pave a brand new, empty road just for you. But here's the catch. By delegating all that spatial problem solving to a machine's black box of efficiency, our own mental mapping skills actually start to decline. Think about it. You used to know the street names, the shortcuts, the whole layout of your own city. Now, without that little blue dot, most of us would probably get lost in our own neighborhoods. The algorithm has basically become the pilot, and you have become the passenger. We're trading our local knowledge and our fundamental independence for maximum efficiency, relying entirely on AI to interpret the physical world for us. Okay, moving right along to the next part, the automation of thought during your workday. So you've survived the commute, you finally sit down at your desk, and you open your Gmail inbox. Instantly, the AI is right there, waiting for you, ready to help formulate your thoughts. Now, the natural language processing happening here goes way beyond simple spell check. It acts as a literal co-author, predicting and suggesting entire professional sentiments before your fingers even hit the keys. By using deep learning models and complex transformer architectures, it's constantly calculating the next likely word or phrase. It's essentially a mind-reading secretary, always one step ahead, just super eager to finish your sentences for you. Now, what's really fascinating here is what happens when millions of people accept these identical algorithmic suggestions. We start to experience this subtle homogenization of language that smooths right over our unique individual voices. You type, "I hope," and boom, the machine instantly fills in "you are doing well." And yeah, it is incredibly convenient, but when millions of professionals around the globe just hit the tab key to accept that exact same phrase day in and day out, our communication becomes, well, standardized. The AI isn't just helping us write anymore, it's actively steering the tone of human interaction, quietly editing out all our personal quirks. All right, let's jump to the evening. This is the architecture of preference and how we unwind. After a long, busy day of algorithmic navigation and co-authored emails, you just want to flop onto the couch, grab the remote, and look for an escape. But even here, highly opinionated digital librarians are churning through incredible amounts of data to optimize your choices. To build your personalized Netflix homepage, this system looks at your entire viewing history. It factors in the time of day. It even measures your thumbnail linger time down to the exact millisecond. It doesn't just casually suggest movies, it mathematically optimizes its whole interface to make sure you press play as fast as humanly possible, perfectly tailoring the environment to your subconscious habits. And sure, while this dramatically reduces our decision fatigue at the end of a long day, it also means your media diet becomes heavily skewed toward what you already know and like. This creates what we call a filter bubble effect. It absolutely feels like you're making a completely free choice, but the reality is you're picking from a highly curated, pre-approved menu. It's specifically designed to keep you safely inside your comfort zone, which effectively traps us in these algorithmic silos and severely narrows our cultural consumption. This brings us to a really important point, the true cost of convenience. As we look back at this entire daily routine, from that morning drive through the workday inbox all the way to the evening on the couch, we have to hit pause and confront some real concerns here. What exactly is the price of this frictionless reality? Let's look at this directly. On one side of the ledger, you have unprecedented convenience and perfectly optimized routes. But on the other side, you have constant behavioral data harvesting and a profound loss of human independence. As these models get more complex, their decision-making processes turn into total black boxes. We love the output, for sure, but we have absolutely zero transparency into why certain paths, products, or even words are being woven into our day. We're trading our fundamental human independence for machine efficiency.
So, how do we handle this? Let's talk about preserving our personal agency.
Since these tools have fully transitioned from being mere technological disruptors into basic, everyday utilities, we're rapidly moving toward a hybrid cognitive model. Think about it. The way we navigate space, the way we communicate with our peers, the way we discover culture, it's all been irrevocably altered. The boundaries between your actual intent and the machine's suggestions are blurring. When a machine suggests a route, a word, or a movie, and you accept it, whose choice was it really? The everyday user is now operating in a shared mental space with the algorithm. To preserve our agency moving forward into this human-AI symbiosis, we really have to work at being conscious participants rather than just passive passengers. Which brings us to a final, pretty critical thought to leave you with today. If an algorithm curates your choices, how much of the decision is actually yours? Think about your next click, your next email, and your next turn in the car. How are you going to balance your own independence with the invisible hand that's guiding your day? It's something to seriously consider. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep questioning those invisible structures around you, and I'll catch you next time.